Planet Earth, our home. A lavishly beautiful home where many different life forms coexist in harmony. We share this home with over 6.6 billion other people and countless other creatures. As humans, we are proud of our innovative and resourceful ways of using technology to meet our needs. However, we have not always recognized that our actions can also harm the Earth. Our saving grace lies in solving such problems once we recognize them and the danger they pose to the health of the environment and the well-being of others. Scientists agree that the Earth's atmosphere determines our climate. With each passing season, our gravest predictions as to the pace and impact of climate change are surpassed as we set new records with unprecedented environmental disturbances and disasters. It's not hard to recognize. We have a problem. A problem we can no longer afford to ignore. One of the best ways to combat climate crisis is through recycling. We recycle this, even this. But have we ever thought about recycling one of the things that we use the most? Asphalt.
We have about 20 million kilometers of paved roads. That's about 12 million miles. And road surfaces should be repaved or reconditioned once every 10 to 15 years. And if you were to do that, that means you would be repaving roads for about 1.5 million kilometers of road a year.
And is it possible to repave the roads through recycling?
Of course it is.
The environment is a top priority for the government of British Columbia, but so are making sound economic choices. With hot-in-place recycling, we think we get the benefits of both. Well, when used in the right conditions, we find that the hot-in-place recycling technique can be very effective in extending the life of our pavement. But we also find that it's about 20 to 30% cheaper than other alternatives, and it reduces greenhouse gases by as much as 50%. And those reasons, I think, are very compelling reasons why in British Columbia we're excited about using hot-in-place recycling.
Our company's been doing hot-in-place asphalt recycling for over 20 years. Our clients are Public Works Canada, municipalities, in particular the British Columbia government. And heck, if you've been anywhere in BC at all driving, you would have driven on our roads. We've worked on asphalt runways, taxiways, urban, rural, sleepy country roads, and your busiest freeways.
So the technology is already available to us. But how does it work? A typical hot-in-place asphalt recycling machine consists of 2 preheaters, 2 heater milling machines, and a traditional paver. The preheaters begin the process by softening the existing road surface with heat. The first heater miller machine follows the preheaters, which continues the heating process. The next heater miller mixer continues the process. As seen here, new material may be added to the recycled material. The newly exposed surface is then reheated and milled to a combined depth of 2 inches. From here, the new material is remixed, elevated, and dumped into the paver, which completes the process.
Well, in British Columbia, the technology was pioneered in British Columbia, and we've been using it successfully in replenishing our highways for almost 20 years. I think it can be a good choice economically by being cheaper, and it's definitely a good choice for the environment. It uses less fuel, and of course it reduces greenhouse gases by up to 50%, and that is a win for the environment, and it's a win for taxpayers on the cost side.
So 1, HIR technology is more economical by up to 30%. And 2, It's environmentally friendly by reducing greenhouse gas emission by 50%.
What our process does when it heats up the road is it reuses 100% of the oil that's existing in the road. The top surface of existing oil in the road in British Columbia would be the equivalent of around $400 or $500 million, probably more. We get to reuse that. We are going to be experiencing oil shortages in the near future. And when I say in the near future, from studies that I've read, we're talking about within 20 to 30 years. So the end of the age of petroleum is upon us. And we should be looking at any and every method possible to recycle these products. Our equipment does that.
Globally, about 10% of all emissions come from road transportation. In places like British Columbia and California, the transportation fraction is closer to 50%. And what HIR allows us to do is to meet the needs of the transportation system by making it more efficient itself by having better paved roads.
Our climate is in crisis. In order to stabilize the climate, we need to reduce our emissions of greenhouse gases by over 70%. HIR technology is one of the ways to reduce that emission.
You know what? It's 20 years after I've been doing this. This technology is proven.
It works.
It's the future.
The human race has advanced at an amazing pace, and we now have the technology and know-how to save our race. We know the way. We need to act.